Let's talk about a topic that I saw on Twitter, right? And I found it like, oh my gosh, people are nuts.
We should discuss a subject that I saw on Twitter, right? And I found they like gracious, my golly, individuals are nuts. Yet, like, we should discuss it right and afterward. He very much likes shouting and tossing things, hurling, running everywhere. And I was so frightened the gossip factory have been staying at work past 40 hours and the web basically burst into flames yesterday, all because of an Offset fan page, dropping a stunner they guaranteed that Cardi B and Offset were back in the affect innate game. Could you at any point accept it? Individuals' Twitter were going wild, murmuring that these two people in love have been furtively reviving their sentiment for an incredible 12 days. Yet clutch your caps people, since we have within scoop reports have quite recently dove in to put any misinformation to rest. It's all Lee Cardi isn't influencing once again into Offset's arms, and think about the things she's not trying things out. She's making a plunge into that separation. Stay close by as well. Spill the tea on Cardi B's straightforward assurance to abandon the previous. I couldn't say whether today what happened today is valid or not. Eyebrow nose don't mind, since I recently been doing me zeroing in on me zeroing in. On my eye let you know that we should rewind to the start of this thrill. Right, Cardi and Offset, a couple once hailed as hip jump eminence, have had their relationship tried in the public eye a larger number of times than we can count. Their new parted ignited by gossipy tidbits about the counterbalances disloyalty, including reality star Christine Rock, was the absolute last thing that could be tolerated. Cardi, in a crude and uncovering Instagram live meeting, pronounced, "I don't want to find out on the grounds that I've been single for a moment at this point. Yet, I have been reluctant to like yet stand by. There's more. The situation starts to get interesting with Counterbalance's frantic endeavors to repair extension. Sources near the rapper uncover that he's been holding nothing back to win Cardi back. He's been sending roses, presents, and composing sincere notes. One insider shared, portraying a man in lament. Yet Cardi, she's having none of it, as one partner put it, not set in stone to push ahead. She's centered around her vocation in kids, and there's no thinking back. That alienated Upset's Christmas Day gathering with their children culture and wave just energized the talk plant. Further recordings of the family opening presents together ignited murmurs of a heartfelt reviving. Definitely, no doubt, better believe it here yet. Cardi, ever the sovereign of closing down tattle, enjoyed a tweet excusing the bits of hearsay as creations, an unobtrusive yet obvious sign of her position. She's co-nurturing for her children, yet. That is all there is to it, a source near the rapper uncovered. This is the reason in some cases you got to get off virtual entertainment, since I feel like individuals take the tiniest themes to the limit, yet regardless of their own disturbance, the show should go on. Both Cardi and Offset are planned to perform at a similar Miami lodging on New Year's Eve, albeit at various scenes. This occurrence, or as it has fans and enemies the same humming with expectation, will this be the stage for a sensational experience, or will it essentially be the same old thing for the two craftsmen? The truth will surface at some point. It's plunging more profound into the dramatization. The base of their issues appears to come from an example of unfaithfulness and trust penetrates. Card's 2020 separation, documenting later removed, was a forerunner to the ebb and flow circumstance. Yet this time it seems she's resolved about a new beginning. "I'm interested for another life, for a fresh start. I'm energized," Cardi expressed in a new meeting, her tone unflinching and steady. "Only one out of every odd. Not all things are tricking, lady. That 6 years, seemingly forever." Offset, quiet regarding the situation, is stunning. Why? While he's been dynamic via virtual entertainment, preferring presence related on Cardi's proclamations, he's yet to freely address the split or the charges encompassing it. This absence of reaction has just stoked the fire of public hypothesis, adding to the intricacy. Blue faces guarantee that Christian Stone's kid is balanced, have messed up the story. However, Balanced has passionately denied these charges. The allegation adds an additional layer of embarrassment to a generally turbulent circumstances for Hardy. She's been getting a rush of help from fans and individual specialists. The same rapper Sukiana as of late voiced her fortitude, tweeting, "Cardi should be liberated from this show. She merits satisfaction. This flood of help is by all accounts enabling Cardi, who's been spotted making the rounds, oozing certainty and autonomy. Like going through an upstage right now. I don't need no one talking wild about my child father. Neither the public's interest with this adventure is part of the way because of the upset set of experience Instances of high-profile compromises from surprise stage appearances to general acknowledgments their relationship has been out and out a true-to-life thrill ride, yet as one insider noticed this time feels different. Cardi appears to still up in the air than any other time in recent memory to turn the page. Their impending exhibitions in Miami are as of now being advertised as a possible confrontation, with fans enthusiastically guessing how the two will deal with the incident. Will there be roundabout pokes through their versus unpretentious gestures to their own circumstance, or maybe an unexpected cooperation? The stage is set for another year's Eve display that is certain to be examined for any sprinkle of individual dramatization as the residue chooses the Cardi B and Offset adventure the unexpected developments toward a path that would make even the most prepared drama journalists become flushed in spite of counterbalanced public presentations of disappointment and endeavors at compromise. Cardi B is by all accounts doing her own thing, savagely autonomous, and unique. New reports from Media Takeout have tossed another curve into this generally tangled account. They propose that Cardi B isn't simply cutting off heartfelt binds with Offset, yet additionally decisively unraveling their monetary undertakings. This move might actually leave Offset in a weak monetary position, an unmistakable difference to his typical rich way of life. And that is the point at which I work the hardest, and that is the point at which I center the hardest. And that is the point at which I put out my best work. The couple's joint total assets, supposedly more than $100 million, is presently at the focal point of a potential monetary standoff suggestive of the most caustic VIP separations. Cardi B, whose total assets alone stands at a faltering $80 million of 2023, is by all accounts guaranteeing the vast majority of their resources. She's purportedly getting their land property, remembering homes for Atlanta and New Jersey, while Offset is left with a leased house in Los Angeles. This change in monetary influence elements is a distinct sign of how rapidly fortunes can change in the high-stakes universe of superstar connections, as ongoing blending with model London Perry at Kanye West collection party in Miami, as revealed by the Day-to-Day Mail, has simply added to the hypothesis about his aims. Was he truly looking for compromise with Cardi, or is he more worried about the monetary ramifications of their split? Seeing Offset all grins with Perry appears to go against his supposed endeavors to win back his alienated spouse. In the meantime, Cardi B's proud position and public announcements of autonomy recommend she's continuing on genuinely as well as monetarily too. I mean, I couldn't say whether you all been getting hints for me, for my lies, or from my accounts when I put some specific music, or from my own followings in an Instagram live meeting. Cardi B strikingly proclaimed her single status, demonstrating an unmistakable and steadfast finish to her marriage with Offset. This explanation, joined with her vital, lawful, and monetary moves, portrays not entirely settled to assume command over her future, both by and monetarily. It appears to be she's not just shutting the section on her relationship with Offset, yet additionally guaranteeing she emerges from it on strong ground. Offset's total assets, assessed at $28 million out of 2023, could appear to be significant, yet it could not hope to compare to Cardi's monetary. Could the division of resources and likely monetary aftermath from their detachment could end up being a critical catastrophe for his fortune. Regardless of progress with Migos and different brand supports, the land and resource division could leave him scrambling to keep up with his lavish way of life. I'm telling you, going to occur next. Well, we going to get a separation. Individuals will be man meddling, man cheerful. The forthcoming Miami exhibitions by the two craftsmen on New Year's Eve at a similar inn, yet various scenes are presently being outlined as something other than an expert commitment. Fans and media the same are hypothesizing about likely circuitous showdowns or unpretentious references to their own strife during these exhibitions. Might the occasion at some point transform into a public presentation of their continuous dramatization, or will they keep it stringently proficient? As we dig further into the elements of their split, it's evident that Cardi B isn't only battling for close-to-home freedom, yet additionally for monetary autonomy. Her fast ascent to popularity and fortune has given her the influence to direct the details of their partition, and she's utilizing it to full impact. Upset quietness on the monetary parts of their split just fuel hypothesis about his present status and expectations. This story is a long way from being done as new advancements keep on arising, keeping the public captivated, which has begun as a fantasy sentiment. Has advanced into a perplexing story of affection, double-crossing, and a fight for monetary control as Cardi B and Offset explore this turbulent section. Everything they might do is investigated, transforming their own lives into an exhibition for the world to observe following the most recent disclosures in the Cardi B and Offset adventure. Popular assessment has been a hurricane of hypothesis and intense conversation as we filter through fan remarks. Plainly, there are a huge number of viewpoints. So on this high-profile separate, one fan commented, "I'm glad to see Cardi at last practicing what having confidence resembles culture is observing now, and her mom is her most memorable line illustration of what not to tolerate."